Our colleague on your left or right, Senator Ted Cruz. Arthur Schwartz here in Manchester is in the audience tonight. He wonders what your deal with Iran would look like.
Well, Jack, thank you very much. Thank you for allowing us to be here via satellite. We had to be here to vote to defund Planned Parenthood, and I hope very much that we see Republican leadership actually lead the fight to get it done and we stop funding Planned Parenthood. But let me answer the question you asked because it's a very important one. I believe this Obama-Iranian nuclear deal is the single gravest national security threat facing America. It is a catastrophic deal. If this deal goes through, several things will happen. First of all, roughly $100 billion, over $100 billion, will flow into Iran. Iran is the world's leading state sponsor of terrorism. That money, in turn, billions of it will go on to Hamas, to Hezbollah, to the Houthis. You know, it's very interesting. I pointed out a couple of weeks ago that if this deal goes through, that the Obama administration will become the world's leading global financier of radical Islamic terrorism. In response, just last week, President Obama attacked me from Africa for saying that. He said that rhetoric was overheated. Well, let me tell you, Jack, speaking the truth is not rhetoric. The truth is, if this administration, if President Obama and Hillary Clinton and John Kerry are responsible for sending billions of dollars to Iran, and that Iran goes, those billions go to jihadists who use that money to murder Americans, to murder Israelis, to murder Europeans, then the administration is responsible. Beyond that, this deal leaves 4 American hostages languishing in Iran. We've already seen one president in the 1970s who abandoned our hostages in Iran. We shouldn't see another. And this deal accelerates Iran acquiring nuclear weapons. What should we do? I've already introduced legislation in the Senate that would reimpose sanctions, that would strengthen them, and that would lay out a clear path, a sensible path for Iran to lift sanctions, that they would disassemble all 19,000 centrifuges, they would hand over their enriched uranium, they would shut down their ICBM program, which exists for one purpose, and that is to carry a nuclear weapon to the United States of America, and they would cease being the world's leading state sponsor of terrorism. Over the next, I'm going to do everything I can to mobilize and energize the American people against this catastrophic deal, because I think it is a profound threat to the safety and security of America, and we need a commander-in-chief that will defend this nation.
Senator Tom Boucher of Bedford, New Hampshire is in the audience. He asked, tell us about a time when your judgment has been tested in crisis and what you want us to appreciate about your judgment.
Well, you know, I'll tell you, the States Senate is an interesting experience. I have spoken a lot about what I call the Washington Cartel. What is the Washington Cartel? It's career politicians in both parties who get in bed with lobbyists, they get in bed with special interests, and they grow and grow and grow government. You know, the American people are frustrated. They're frustrated because we keep winning elections. In 2010, we won the House. In 2014, we won the Senate, and we don't have leaders who follow their commitments. And I'll tell you the sad reality. My time in the Senate, what I've tried to do more than anything else is 2 things. Tell the truth and do what I said I would do. Stand against the Washington Cartel and stand for the 27 million Texans I was elected to represent. Now, when you do that, they beat the living daylights out of you. They smack you in the press. They come after you on every front. When you stand against the cartel, Democrats attack you, the mainstream media attacks you, Republicans attack you. But the only way we're going to turn this country around, stop the spending that's bankrupting our kids and grandkids, stop the abuse on our Constitution, the abuse on our liberties, is with a leader with a demonstrated history of standing up to the Washington Cartel. It's not easy. But, you know, Jack, we've seen it before. We saw it in 1980. Ronald Reagan, the Reagan Revolution, with the American people at his back, stood up to the Washington Cartel and turn the country around. That's what I've tried to do every day. It's what I intend to continue doing, and it's what I will do if I'm elected president.
Thank you, Senator Cruz. We'll see you in New Hampshire soon, I'm sure.